Hi, everyone, and thank you for waking up with us on this Wednesday morning. I'm Jordan Schreier here with Lisa Bedell, and we're just getting started with your news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. It has been nearly a month since former Concordia quarterback Michael Herzog was burned in a fish house explosion, and his family is now reporting some great news. Herzog's Caring Bridge website says Michael's care team is saying his skin looks so good that he might not need any skin grafts. Doctors told him that after everything is healed in over a year or two, he probably won't be able to tell this accident even happened.
Herzog was hurt March 17th when his fish house exploded in South Moorhead. He's being treated at a Twin Cities burn unit. Caring Bridge entries also indicate Herzog is walking, meeting with physical and occupational therapists, and had a chance on Sunday to reconnect with the woman who first came upon the accident and stayed with him until help arrived. Expect traffic delays in Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. Drivers there are down to just one river crossing between the two cities because of flood closures. The Point Bridge is now closed as the floodwaters rise.
That was shut down yesterday, and the Sorley Bridge was closed earlier this week. That leaves the Kennedy Bridge on Gateway Drive as the only one in town that is still open to traffic.
9 minutes before 7, let's get a check of our storm team forecast on this Wednesday morning.
Good morning. Today we are starting off with updates to our winter storm. Once again, the forecast models are tracking this even farther north, bringing in more snowfall potential for the valley. And so our headlines are shifting north with it. We now have a winter storm watch for Grand Forks, and for Fargo and surrounding areas in red here, a winter storm warning. And then point south from there in pink, that's a blizzard warning. We're closer to the center of that low pressure system there. We're going to see the strongest winds there and the heaviest snowfall, and then dropping off from there as you head northward. So this all starts up later today in the very far south. Most likely tonight and into tomorrow is where most of us will see snow. Fargo may not see any snow until tomorrow morning, but then it will build up quite quickly here. We're looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow potentially by the time this is all said and done Friday evening. In the far south, there will be places getting more than a foot of snow in Lakes Country and down into Sisseton, perhaps even more than that if it snows for some time today. Grand Forks, we may end up being on the lower side of this, but still a few inches of snow possible for you now as this storm keeps creeping farther northward in our forecast models. So our temperatures today are cold. We're looking at some numbers that are below freezing. It's 29 in Fargo, 25 in Grand Forks. It's quiet right now. We've got wind that's a little brisk, some wind speeds getting into the teens to some low 20s out of the northeast, and that'll be the case through the day. We'll end up with mostly cloudy skies. A pretty quiet Wednesday, relatively speaking, but it's just outside of our viewing area. You can see all that blue in South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, and it's trying to creep northward little by little, and it is making some progress. So it's pushing into our South Dakota viewing area, maybe perhaps over toward the Wheaton area in Traverse County, but it's going to take its time. So we'll just keep an eye on this as we head through the day today. So most of us just dealing with the clouds. We'll have a high of 40 degrees in Fargo and winds out of the northeast into the teens to some low 20s. Again, it's tomorrow where we're going to get blasted by the snow, and it's going to be that heavy, wet snow, which can be a good thing as far as blizzard conditions are concerned. It's tougher to blow around. You really need a strong wind for that. So we won't get as difficult conditions as we would expect to see in, say, December or January, but still dealing with some low visibility and whiteout conditions here. And because it's heavy and wet, it's going to be tough to get through. And we're looking at the potential for impossible travel with this one for those of us in the heaviest snowfall totals there. This continues again into Friday, but check this out. We warm right back into the 40s this weekend, so we'll melt this rather quickly. Let's check in now with Al.
Morning, Liz. Good morning, everyone. We're back out here checking things on the Metro Interstate Loop. Northbound I-29 is really busy this morning. Southbound I-29, not quite so much. In fact, I think I-29 is actually busier than is Interstate 94, which is very atypical. We're on I-94 right now, headed east towards the Rainbow Bridge, and traffic is certainly steady out here and brisk, but that's really about it. Travel speeds out here, 60 to 65 miles an hour, which is pretty much normal for this time of day. Overall, looks like we're off to an awfully good start this morning. Let's keep it that way. Make sure you are driving extra carefully and look out for the other guy as well. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
Some people living in Grandin, North Dakota are upset with the frequent train stops in town that they say cut off access to parts of their city. They say it's dangerous because it could delay emergency personnel from getting to people on the east side of town.
BNSF Rail Company says they're working to reduce the time those crossings are occupied, but say they are also urging people to call their 800 number in an emergency so their crews can disconnect rail cars and open up the crossings. A Moorhead woman wants out of her rental lease because of what she says is constant garbage around the area where she lives. She lives at the Courtyard Apartments on Belsley Boulevard, where other neighbors are also fed up with the trash that's emerged since snowbanks melted.
Some say they don't want to pick it up because they don't know if it's something dangerous. Campbell Properties says they have already scheduled trash pickup at that apartment complex.
Some schools in the FM area are trying to lower anxiety levels associated with the words school lockdown by using a different term. A spokesperson with the West Fargo School District tells us they tested out the term hallway closure at Cheyenne High School for a scheduled drill. However, they say any changes won't be used by any school until at least the fall of 2019, after appropriate training can be done.
Fargo Public School officials say the conversation has been happening across the state and that new terminology surrounding administrative lockdowns won't be rolled out this school year. The representatives we talked with say if a change is enacted for the fall of 2019, it would only apply to administrative lockdowns, not human threat situations. Meanwhile, the superintendent of Fargo Public Schools is getting a $10,000 bump in salary.
School board members last night approved a new salary of $210,000 for Rupak Gandhi. He's expected to graduate from his doctorate program next month. Prosecutors say they may introduce body camera video as early as today in the trial of a former Minneapolis police officer who shot and killed an unarmed woman. Mohamed Noor is charged with murder in the July 2017 death of Justine Rushchek Damon, who called 911 to report a possible sexual assault behind her home.
In opening statements yesterday, defense attorneys said Noor and his partner told investigators that Damon came up out of nowhere, causing both of them to get spooked. They say officers heard a slap on the back of their squad car, but prosecutors say no fingerprints or forensic evidence showed that Damon ever touched that car. A North Dakota Native American tribal leader is participating in a national summit this week aimed at improving civil rights in the United States.
Turtle Mountain Chairman Jamie Azier is speaking at the Summit on Race in America in Austin, Texas. He's scheduled to speak on Native voting rights during a panel today.
With spring just around the corner, many of us are itching to get outside and be active while we're there, and the Great Rides Bike Share is now opening its stations for the season.
The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning to tell us how we can tap into this great community resource. Good morning, Abby.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. I'm here at the Great Rides Bike Share program station outside of a dorm here on NDSU's campus. And for students, it's super easy to access these. And I'm here with Dylan Ramstead, and you're going to show us how to do just that.
Yeah, so for students, it's super easy. They just swipe their ID cards and it's good to go.
Wow. But if I'm not a student and I want a bike, I'm just a local here, it's also super simple. You just have to go up to one of the kiosks.
Yeah, it's super easy. Go up to a kiosk, swipe your credit card, and you're good to go.
Okay, let's kind of show how we go through this progress, because you just tap the screen and you're off.
Tap the screen. Click start, check out bike. I'm a member. Type in my phone number. Oops.
We're almost there. Hold on, just a
Type in
second.
the right
phone number.
Click next. You get a little text message.
And then you just type in the code from there.
Yep, you get a code, and then you just type in the code.
Wow, that is so simple and so convenient. And what I love about these is that they're all over. They're not just on campus, but they're also downtown Fargo stations too. Okay, and then you click your
pick your bike. And then it beeps.
Oh, and there we go. And now we have a bike, and you can dock these at any other station. You don't have to dock it at the one you got it from. And so you can take it for a spin, and we'll have all this information on memberships and how you can sign up online at valleynewslive.com.
Good stuff. All right. Thank you, Abby. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: 1 in 7 people say they have quit a job for this reason.
The answer is a failed office romance. That would be awkward. Remember, you can take part in our question every morning. Just head to the Valley News Live Facebook page. And we're not loving what Mother Nature has in store for us, Lisa.
No, she's failing us too here. We're looking at a winter storm on the way. Today, most of the day should be just fine. Just kind of cool and gloomy out there. We're looking at a high of 40 with wind out of the northeast. It's later tonight and tomorrow. We do have a winter storm warning for much of the Southern Valley, even a blizzard warning for a few of our counties. So stick around for the latest details.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now for more live up-to-the-minute news.